to this week's video. These are my weekly videos where I keep a vlog of what it's like to be a professional musician working in the UK. Now, coming up on this week's video, I spend several hours in the presence of rock royalty, and I get to see one of the best mandolin players in the world playing. I wear my new snazzy gigging shirt. And I failed to video most of the good stuff from my studio session this week. I'm only going to show clips from one gig this week, although luckily I have done more. It's picked up, it's getting a bit busier. It was looking a bit quiet at the beginning of the year. I'm going to show you this gig because I'm wearing my new snazzy gigging shirt. Now, quite frequently when you're doing the kind of gigs that I do, the kind of functions and stuff, most of the time it's like wear a black shirt and a black suit, or a white shirt and a black suit, or something along those lines. And occasionally they say to you, wear a funky shirt or a colourful shirt, and I've been sadly lacking in this department. So luckily I found online this rather snazzy looking shirt that you will see in this next clip. Since I bought this one, I've bought an even snazzier looking one, which I will save for a future video to show you. But anyway, of course the main reason for showing this video is more to do with the guitar. So I'm playing my 335 through my Milkman amp using my standard pedal board, and at the beginning of the gig we had to play some kind of jazz standards, and this one is Mercy Mercy, is it Mercy Mercy Me? The Cannonball Adderley tune. Anyway, I can't remember what it's called. Great tune. So I'll just show you a bit of a solo from there. The eagle-eyed you who've seen my videos before may notice that playing the keyboard is Mike Drinkwater, who plays my original stuff, and if you notice next to him there's Nathan King from Level 42 as well. He plays guitar in Level 42, but he was playing bass with us on this night. He's an extremely good bass player. He's on the Andersons channel as well, doing bass videos. So anyway, here we are. Here's a bit from this song that I can't remember the name of, but it's something to do with Mercy. Now this next thing I'm going to show you isn't a gig, but I did go to a gig. Well, it wasn't a gig, it was the Americana Music Association awards ceremony. It was at the Hackney Empire in London, and I was lucky enough to get a VIP ticket. That meant that I got to sit right down at the front. We were on about the 5th row back, and I was just sat there just before it was about to start. We'd come in kind of, because we have VIP tickets, we didn't have to come through the main entrance. We came through, it was kind of a stage door. We came in from the side of the stage. It wasn't really the stage door, I don't think, quite, but we came in the kind of back along the stage, got in my seat, and then the ceremony was just about to start, and I looked over, and through the same door that I just walked through, Robert Plant walked through, which was rather exciting. If you've been watching my videos, you know I saw him live, probably about a year ago. But anyway, he walked right past me, and for quite some time I noticed he was sat about 2 rows behind me, and he was stood just at the end of the row while I was sitting, and I could have quite easily gone and spoken to him, but I don't like doing things like that. I don't like to pester people like that, but I was just, you know, soaking up the atmosphere of being in the presence of one of the biggest rock stars of all time. Anyway, so that was very nice, and he was there. He received an award. It was an award for his album with Alison Krauss. Now, it was a really good night. It was hosted by Baylan Leonard, who you may have seen on one of my videos before. He narrated the Thank God for Nashville musical that I took part in recently, but also Bob Harris was there, sort of co-presenting. Paul Gambaccini was there. Patrick Kilty was there. There were some great acts on as well, collecting awards, including Nickel Creek. I've got a little bit of footage from them. So their mandolin player, I've heard being interviewed on Corey Wong's podcast now. I think you pronounce it Chris Thiele, and I think he's considered to be one of the finest mandolin players in the world at the moment. He's certainly pretty good at it. and the rest of the band are all pretty good as well. So here's just a little clip of them. They were receiving an award as well. I can't remember what their award was for, but they played a song as well. So here we go. Also receiving an award was Mike Scott from the Waterboys. Again, I can't actually remember what the award was. In fact, I've got the programme here from the night. It may well be in here. I probably should have looked, shouldn't I, before I started. Let me see. Right, found it. So Mike Scott, he received the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I found this as well. Robert Plant was receiving the International Album of the Year Award for his album Raise the Roof with Alison Krauss. So there we go, found it. So yes, Mike Scott from the Waterboys, he got up and received an award, and he also played a song. So here's just a little clip from this. It was pretty cool actually, very good performance. He was playing with the House Band, which was an all-female band, a fantastic band. So check this out, this is Mike Scott from the Waterboys. The other person, the other legend who got up and received an award was Judy Collins. Now she had the original hit with Both Sides Now, the song by Joni Mitchell, and she must be in her 80s now, and she told some very funny stories. She was really good, and she sung the song as well, which was fantastic. So here's a little clip from that, and she was receiving the International Lifetime Achievement Award. Yeah, she was absolutely brilliant. So here we go, here's a little clip of her singing Both Sides Now.
I've looked at clouds that way, and now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now.
So that was a fun night, rather unexpected. Lots of high-profile people there. It was very enjoyable. So anyway, back to the gig. The next gig, I'm still on the 335, but I'm going to show you this one because we went into the more rock and rolly stuff, so I'm adding a bit of drive here. So same guitar, same amp, kicked on my blues drive, or one of my drive pedals, and this is Route 66. We do a version of this where the main song's in A and it modulates up to the B for the solo. So check this out. If you saw my video last week, you'd have seen that I've been in the studio in London. It's Core Studios in Acton in London, recording with Robin Scott. And we had a couple more days this week to go back in. It was mainly for Robin to do his vocals, but there were a few guitar bits we added. There was one bit we discovered was out of tune, or George, when he was having a look through the tracks, he discovered one of the guitar parts was out of tune. Slightly puzzling because we were very careful about the tuning, but it turned out to be a weird intonation thing that it sounded out of tune. I tried it on about 3 or 4 different guitars, and whatever he did, it sounded out of tune. So I ended up capoing and doing it in a totally different place, which solved the problem. But unfortunately, I forgot to record most of the good guitar tracking bits because I was too busy concentrating on what I was doing, which is always the perils of doing things like this. You really need to leave the camera rolling all the time, but I kept forgetting. But I have got a couple of clips here, and this first clip, I've turned the camera on to record after I've just recorded the thing you're about to hear, but it plays it back. I've just played it just before. Anyways, I thought you'd like to hear it. It's the same Audio Kitchen amplifier I was using in last week's video, and this time, actually, I will show you this. I managed to film in the control room, the mic in front of the Audio Kitchen cab as well. I forgot to record that last week. So here we are. Here's a little clip of the bit of rhythm playing that I'd just done.
like it.
And one other part that I remembered to record. I have got more footage, but I don't want to show too much of the songs on here because I'd like to reveal them once they're all mixed and everything, because I think they're going to sound fantastic. But here was just another part that we created, doing a kind of delay thing, which I thought was quite interesting. And this is just me getting the kind of sound with George and working out the part I'm going to play. So I thought this might be interesting.
You had me at superfluous.
Right, and I'm going to finish up with a couple of clips from the gig with my snazzy shirts. Now, we did some more jazz standards later on, and we don't get around much anymore. And I'd switched to my Telecaster by this time, so I decided to approach this solo in a different way. I didn't attempt to go jazzy on the Telecaster. I did it slightly differently, and I came up with some rather good ideas. I surprised myself, actually, and strung lots of different ideas together. And I even got a cheer from Mike at the back, which I think is on this clip. And to get a cheer from Mike rather pleases me, because I really respect Mike as a musician. He's absolutely amazing. So if he thinks it's a good solo, then I trust his judgment. So here we go. This is Don't Get Around Much Anymore, me doing a kind of Telecaster-y solo over it. For watching. I bring out new videos every Friday, 7 PM UK time. Please hit subscribe, hit the bell, and you know what, when I've got a new video coming out, leave me a comment, give me a like. All helps the algorithm show my videos to people. I'm going to leave you with this one. You'll notice the camera angles change. This wasn't a kind of artistic director's choice. The camera fell off the speaker and it was easier just to clip it onto the mic stand. So we're back to the kneecap cam for this final clip. And this final clip is a little bit of a solo from Knock on Wood. I thought it was a bit funky, so I'm going to leave you with this one. So I'll hopefully see you on next week's video.